Look at modern digital platforms. They no longer give you discrete, static panels to process. Instead, the algorithm serves you fluid, perfect, endless video. 1 minute you're watching climate collapse, and the next you're viewing a comedic sketch, all stitched together in a single stream. The original text refers to this modern condition as the seamless lie. By removing the physical gaps between these pieces of media, the software prevents your mind from resting. Without a pause to process what you just saw, the mental architecture required to make a conscious choice disappears. You are forced to simply consume the next frame. Escaping this loop requires abandoning the old idea of the conquering hero. You need a different archetype. You need to become the beat forger, someone who manually strikes the anvil and forces empty space back into reality. To begin this process tonight, you need specific physical tools. Gather a piece of paper, charcoal, or a pen, a single candle, and a fire-safe bowl. You must bring them into a completely dark room. Breaking a digital addiction demands an analog solution. You have to literally blacksmith your attention using tangible materials. Step 1. Turn off your phone and any surrounding screens. Strike a match and light your single candle. Now close your eyes. Sit in the dark and focus entirely on your breathing. Keep pulling air in and pushing it out until you can clearly hear the sound of your own heartbeat in the room. Your heartbeat serves a specific mechanical purpose here. It acts as a primal metronome. You are replacing the rapid, synthetic pacing of the algorithm with your own internal clock. Anchoring yourself to this slow biological rhythm sets a baseline. It allows you to actually detect genuine emotional shifts that happen during your day, rather than just the superficial reactions the feed trained you to feel. Ask yourself a direct question. Where did real fire move through my body today? We aren't looking for moments where you cleared your inbox or finished a pleasant task. Genuine emotion is chaotic and untamed. You are hunting for raw grief, sudden anger, or a moment of profound, jarring stillness. Wait in the silence. Do not force an answer. Remain completely still until 3 distinct, undeniable memories from your day surface in your mind. Processing these jagged, uncomfortable moments is how you grow. The instinct to scroll away from them keeps you stuck. Holding your attention on them initiates true psychological movement. Pick up your charcoal. Draw 3 separate, incredibly crude boxes on your paper. Messy stick figures guarantee you focus on raw honesty rather than performing as an artist. Pay attention to the wide physical spaces between each drawing. These gutters are the most important part. Decades ago, Joseph Campbell documented the classic hero's journey, where a protagonist slays the dragon and returns home with a prize. That structure assumed the village would wait patiently for his return. Today, climate and social structures fracture while you're away. Since there is no static home to return to, the goal of the journey evolves. The work is no longer about reaching a final destination, but about taking manual control of the transitions between events. Look back at your paper. Focus your eyes on the blank white space bridging your first drawing and your second drawing. Take your charcoal and write 1 single word in that void. Choose a word that explicitly names the emotional leap that occurred to get you from the first moment to the second. Move down the page and repeat this exact process for the gap between your second and third drawings. Algorithms rely on keeping the connection between data points hidden. By writing these words, you assign your own logic to your experiences, taking back the authority to declare what your life actually means. Stand up and read your entire page out loud. Speak the description of each panel and clearly declare the words you wrote in the gutters. Projecting these words into an empty room pulls the sequence out of your head. It turns an abstract memory into a concrete, deliberate narrative. Finally, drop the paper into your fire-safe container and ignite it. As it burns, carefully inhale a small amount of the ambient smoke. Let the physical reality of the fire enter your lungs. You destroy the page to prove that you are not creating content to save or share. The value exists entirely in the physical act of imposing your own rhythm onto your day. If you completed these steps, you've successfully carved out a conscious gap against the endless scroll. Practicing this alone is just the foundation. Eventually, this practice connects you to others doing the exact same work, a community defined in the text as Polskin. These are small groups of 3 to 5 people who meet strictly offline. Under a real sky or in rooms stripped of screens, they exchange one of these raw visual beats. There is no language of optimization. No one tries to heal you. They simply witness your badly drawn panels in silence. Cultivating this habit requires returning to the forge every day. You must continually strike the heavy anvil to build a psychological anchor that can withstand the daily noise. Escaping digital consumption doesn't mean defeating the algorithm. It means learning to exist in the gutters between the frames, securing the space where meaning is actually chosen.